RVers love their gadgets. We love our gadgets and sensors. I'm not talking about John and Kristen. We're talking about everybody. RVers as a general. Ice makers, power door locks, fantastic fans, sensors for our smartphones that tell us what our propane levels are in our tanks. You can sit while you're parking your vehicle, look at your cell phone and see how level the rig is. But let me tell you something important. I took a little 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and I tore it apart to represent something. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is about the size of your standard trailer tire where it actually is physically touching the road. All those fancy gadgets, that beautiful RV that you have, 4 little spots. If you have 2 axles like we do, maybe you've got 6. So what we're talking about today is tires and tire pressure and the importance of monitoring that system. When I look back over the last 3 years of traveling, there has been upgrades that I've wanted to get for Windy for a while. Before this contract, if you recall, we were in Colorado and we had to go over Vail Pass. And I remember when we went up over Vail Pass, I had some issues with the truck. Engine-wise, it did amazing the entire way, pulled up Windy with no issues. But I do remember getting a tire warning, and it was like, all of a sudden it said my tire pressure was low on the truck. And it got me thinking, like, you know, I'm glad that I have a tire pressure monitoring system built into the Ram truck. Kristen has one on her car and stuff too. And for 3 years, we have gone without for Windy. Now, we've upgraded tires on her, we've rotated them, we've been diligent about making sure that we take care of all of our tire stuff. And I check the air pressure in them frequently when we're on the road because I don't have a monitoring system. Well, I didn't. Welcome back to No Ordinary Path, you guys. Real quick, my name's John. I'm a travel nurse, go all over the country with my family in our travel trailer that we call Windy. Today specifically is a Real Talk Tuesday. That's where we bring you tips and tricks and things we're learning along the way. And I have got to start off to say I am thoroughly embarrassed by the fact that we have let something this important go this long. Ever since we started out, people were like, you guys need to get a TPMS monitoring system, a tire pressure monitoring system, you know, and I'm like, yeah, you know, we got one. We've been on the road this long and we've gone through a few tires, but we've never had anything drastic happen to us. Oh my goodness. The more research I do on this, the scarier it becomes. There are a lot of opinions out there, you guys. There are a lot of people that have a lot of different things to say. I went to some place that I thought was legit. I went to the NHTSA. That's the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. I'm going to screw the acronym up a couple of times throughout this video. Nevertheless, I went there because they've done a bunch of research and they were the ones that initially did the funding and the research to study the TPMS monitoring systems and whether or not they should be put into new vehicles as a standard of practice. And their research it's intense and there's a lot of it. Some of it you expect, some of it you might not. Let's dive into it. The risks for having uninflated tires. First of all, you guys, if the rubber meets the road on these kind of little tiny pieces, right, you need to have good quality tires and you need to keep them in good shape. And the best way to do that is with a great TPMS. The risks of having underinflated tires, well, you're going to increase your risk of skidding and your stopping distance is dramatically increased. I was surprised at the distance they talked about. I'll post some links to the research below, but it's significant. And again, most of this isn't even with RVs. These are passenger vehicles. We're talking cars, vans, SUVs, stuff like that. But it all still applies to trailers and even more so because there's more weight behind it. All right, hydroplaning. That's where, you know, the rubber gets up on top of a layer of water that's on the road, whether it's rain or whatever, and floats on top of it because the tread wear is not good enough or because the tires are too uninflated. Stopping distance, and of course blowouts. When they're talking about blowout, this is like the big scary, the tire just sort of blows up on the road for whatever reason. We all see evidence of it on the highway as we're out there driving around from the big semi trailers, but it can certainly happen to you and it can certainly happen at any given time. So it's kind of scary. And when it happens in a vehicle or a car, it is one of the most common causes of significant injury and damage to the vehicles because it often causes rollovers, especially when it happens on a front tire. It blows out, the car swerves to the side, and you roll. On a trailer or a rig of some sorts, it's not usually that because the rigs are so heavy that they don't roll. But what happens is those tire chunks come flying off at 60, 75, however fast you guys out there drive, and they cause major damage to the rig. You know, these things are not like steel constructed, at least most of them. I know Windy is not. So you can imagine the kind of stuff, major heavy pieces of rubber will fly through here. Not to mention like what it may do to somebody else's car that's next to you. So blowouts are a significant risk. With all their statistics and the research that they have done on tens of thousands of vehicles over the years, they attribute around 660 lives are saved by year by these TPMS systems being installed in standard vehicles. We all know that we get better gas mileage when the tires are inflated properly. $511 million of gas savings per year in the United States alone. All right, here's the thing. Tire pressure monitoring systems have been around for a while. Now, the newer vehicles you're going to see have the ones that have them, in the car. I'll tell you what they are, right? It tells you what the tire pressure is. Before we had the light. The thing is the research studies show that if the light comes on and you're on the road, most of us are going to do what I have totally been guilty of doing. Look in your mirror. Doesn't look like my tire is flat. I don't see any pieces or anything. Feels like it's driving the same as normal. I'm just going to keep going and I'll deal with it whenever I get to where I'm going. I'll get out and I'll double check and I'll look and that kind of stuff, right? So much research has shown that that is what most people do. I know I'm totally guilty of it. The advantage of having a TPMS is that if you see the number, we are more likely as a people to get it fixed sooner. If you see, okay, my tire pressure just went from 80 on my left rear trailer tire to, 65, I'm going to be like, whoa, something's going on. Maybe I should pull over and make sure that there's not a hole or something significant going on. When most of these major accidents happen is when it gets ignored and it just is going and you're going and something significant happens. Yes, John and family should have had this on the trailer a long time ago. Well, we were reached out to by a company called Innovation Tire that works with TireMinder. They are a fantastic product of all sorts of different kinds. Anyway, so Innovation Tire reached out to us, said, hey, look, you should have this on your rig. We'd love to send you one, do a video about it. So here we are, you guys. And frankly, the more I research this and the fact that I've had it on the rig now for a couple of weeks, we've taken it from Phoenix up to Flagstaff. It was all through our Sedona trip. You're going to see more footage of us traveling around in the next couple of weeks on this trip. That's where it was all in. I was monitoring this system the whole time. Fortunately, never had any issues, but it was interesting to see how it did change with getting on the highways and watching it heat up. The colder weather overnights, even maybe a little bit of the elevation change up to Flag. All these things affected it. It was really neat to see, and I did feel way more comfortable and confident knowing what the monitors were showing.
What you got there?
My new tire monitoring system. I'm excited about. Little TPMS. We've needed something like this for a while. I'm excited to put these on for our trip up to Flag and Sedona and check it out. Man, it's packaged really well. So the first step that it wanted me to do installing this thing was, to put the booster on. Guys, I literally just stuck it in the battery compartment. It comes with these little wire clips. I'll probably hardwire it in at some point in time. I may move it. It is like a waterproof system. They suggest to mount it in the undercarriage somewhere of the trailer, but for now, that's where I'm putting it. These are locking nuts that come with them. I put these on down in Phoenix. Came all the way up here to Flag and then boondocking throughout. So plenty of bumps and all this. They've stayed on fine, monitored great. Just checked all the cold pressure too with a digital one that TireMinder sent us. According to the instructions and stuff, it's accurate to within 1 PSI. I don't know, I feel pretty confident about it. But stay tuned. Innovation Tire sent us the i10 monitoring system, and the install was super easy. Continuously monitors up to 20 tires on this. It also monitors, and this is all real time, temperature. I think this is super important. It was actually really informative too, because I can switch it back and forth to see if one of the tires is hot for some reason. If you've got a brake or you've got something, like that's heating up, a brake caliper like I had on the truck, that went bad that like last time, you can check that out in this video or whatever. I would have liked to know. I bet it would have read that, because it was hot. It was all hot. You can set the pressure to let you know, like, okay, so yeah, When I'm running windy full or when I've got the truck full and loaded, the pressure of my tires is 80 PSI. But maybe if I just want to cruise around town, I'll set it at 65. I can change the settings so that it knows, okay, this is my normal cold pressure. So it will alert me if I go out of the range for whatever my set is. This thing is small and sits over here in the corner, and I've got it mounted in a way that it doesn't even block the view of the road. Comes with a mounting system, comes with like a security system so that people can't pull the tire pressure monitors off your valve stems, the booster, everything you would want. It comes with all of it. I'm super impressed by this.
Hey, he's been talking for a long time. It's my turn. Innovation Tire, we are so excited to be working with you. And they actually sent us something fun to give away to you guys, our viewers. So this little fancy thing is the TireMinder infrared thermometer. You can use this little gadget to point at your tire and get a reading on what the temperature is. Super handy tool for you to use that you can easily find out if your tires are overheated. Okay, so how do you enter to win this? We have not been doing giveaways on our channel yet, so this is super exciting for us. We have a link down in the description that will take you directly to our website where you can enter to win this product. Now, this link is only available right here on our YouTube channel, so you are in luck, viewers, because we love you. So hit that link, go over there, register to win this, and we are going to draw a winner at random on March 15th. Then on our March 16th Real Talk Tuesday video here on YouTube, we will announce the lucky winner and mail it to you. That's all you have to do. We love you guys. Mwah. All right, back to John.
Not only are there going to be some giveaways, but we've got a promo code for $20 off. Just go to Innovation Tire. We'll put the link down below. Go through and order any TPMS monitoring system, any system. Put in NOP 2021 and you will automatically get $20 off. All right, there's no better way to test this and the accuracy of it than to get out on the road, right? So right now, I've got the right side of the truck hooked up. I didn't do the left because I didn't want to crawl underneath the slides and take everything off, but the right side of the truck is hooked up and we are going down the roads, and let me show you what it looks like. This battery right now, I don't know if you guys can see it, is at 3 out of 4 bars. I've had this thing for about 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks now. I have since unpacking in the initial charge. Really easy, I just turn it off whenever I'm not driving or pulling windy. Hold it down, it turns off. Well, hold it down for 5 seconds, and it turns off. Just a couple other things here to show you what I'm talking about. Right now it's set on PSI. You can see that right here, and it's set for rear monitoring because that's the trailer. We only run 4 tires. So if I hit the top middle button once, it's going to change the actual temperature. This is in Fahrenheit, so 59, 57. Again, that's not, we're not really paying attention to those, but this is the temperature of my actual tires having gotten off the highway now. That's about it, you guys. We're wrapping this up. Thanks for sticking with me. I really hope you found this informative. I found it super informative. And again, I'm embarrassed to say that we've been on the road for 3 years and this is finally happening. We should have done this from the very get-go. If you are new to RV traveling, or if you are new to any kind of long distance over the road stuff, you guys need to have one of these. They make them for cars. If you don't have one for your car, it's super easy. They make them for motorcycles, RVs, all the things. Go to Innovation Tire, check out TireMinder, great products. Thank you guys for being here. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Stick around, subscribe if you're brand new, leave me a comment below. We've got some great videos coming up. You're gonna see our trip to Sedona, and good times.